Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Sarah here again. If you're seeing this beautiful face for the first time, please don't make it your last. Make sure you subscribe, leave us a comment in the comment section down below, like and click the notification bell so you get updated every time we post a new video. Today's video we'll be talking about the struggles of working moms getting back to work after having a baby. So yeah, congratulations, you've given birth to your baby. This bundle of joy is now come, and yeah, you're a working mom. So what that means most times is you need to work out what does your maternity leave cover for. So in Nigeria, most employers give you 3 months of maternity leave. What that means is after you've given birth to your baby, you have 3 months to stay at home with the baby. However, for public service, which is like government workers, they get 6 months of maternity leave. Now, for some private employers, which is the case of my employer anyway, is when you resume work after 3 months, the first 3 months, you are able to work half day. So you'll be able to close 1 p.m. or 2 p.m. depending on your resumption time and go home to take care of your baby until the baby is 6 months. I guess that's because like the general recommendation is to breastfeed exclusively for 6 months. I don't know, Sha, but that's how it works in most Nigerian companies. So you have either 3 months maternity leave, or if you're really lucky, 6 months. So for most moms, this can be quite daunting to know that your baby is literally 3 months old or at most 6 months and you have to leave them and go back to work. Moms intend on breastfeeding exclusively for up to 1 year, and that makes it really difficult for them if they're going back to work. There's so many different things, like yeah, you stayed at home with this child, let's say for 3 months, you've grown very attached to them, and it's so difficult to just leave them up and go back to work, especially if you live in a city like Lagos, for example, where you may be resuming work 7 or 8, but you end up leaving your house like 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. because of traffic, and then you may close from work 5 p.m. but you end up getting home like 7 or 8 p.m. because of traffic. And if you look at all those hours away from your child, it's more than 12 hours. That makes it very difficult for moms to actually return back to work. The thing is the fact that if they weigh the amount they are making in terms of like revenue from going to work compared to like the emotional cost, which is the fact that they're not going to be with their kids, they're going to be away for that long and go through all that stress. Sometimes when they do their cost benefit analysis, it doesn't add up, and for those reasons they're not willing to go back to work. Another key thing is the fact that the mom doesn't know who to leave their babies with. Yes, we're in Nigeria and most people have like nannies or help. However, the baby is still really small. It's very few people that have like a trusted person that they can actually rely on and be comfortable leaving their babies with them for such a long period of time. We've seen so many videos on the internet and all of that, and honestly, it's such a big risk. I have an amazing nanny, and yet it's still a very difficult decision to make. Like, you would trust her so much, but then as a mom you just feel like there's certain things that nobody can do as well as you, so it's so difficult to like detach from the baby. Not to talk of cases that are extreme where someone can maltreat your child and harm your child or whatever. So it's really difficult. It's a lot easier if you have like family helping. Let's say your mother is around or your mother-in-law, and yeah, they come to stay for some period of time, maybe up to a year, and you have a nanny. Like, it's easier to leave them at home, but most people don't have like this luxury of having like their own family member being in the household, so it makes it difficult for mothers to go back. The big one, like the biggest one, is that mom guilt. You see mothers feeling guilty that they have to leave their kids and go out there and chase their dreams. If you're doing your dream job or something that would work towards you getting your dream job, I would advise you to actually go back to work. You're enjoying what you're doing, it ties into like your goals and aspirations of what you want to achieve and what you want to become. please go back to work. Because yes, you've had this child and you love them more than anything, but they're going to grow up to become their own person. They will go to school, they will start working at some point, they will have their own lives. And not just this child, like all the kids you end up having, whatever your wish is, they're all going to grow up to have their own lives. And you will sit back, and sometimes you have some parents resenting their kids of, like, especially the moms, they were not able to achieve this or that, they had all these dreams and they let it all go because of their kids. But the kids didn't ask you to do that. There's so many moms that are able to like balance between work and being present for their kids. I definitely seek to achieve that type of balance. I will want to be very much present for my kids, but I will also still want to chase my career, because yeah, I do love working. I love feeling like a part of something big. I love the achievement and fulfillment that comes from going to work, and of course I love the money that comes with it as well. So yeah, I don't think I would not want to work and stay home with the kids. However, if I had to, I would do it. Like if God forbid, like there's any reason why you physically cannot go back to work and you have to be with your kids, I'll be very happy to do that. But all things being equal, if I have a choice, I would choose to go back to work. So yeah, so there are all these fears. However, I would also want to talk on the options you have. We've spoken about having a living nanny. So if you finally decide to have a living nanny and you feel like maybe for some reason you don't trust 100%, even if you trust 100%, yes, if you're going to be going back to work and you'll be leaving your kids at home, please have CCTV. Install CCTV in your home. There's so many options of CCTV and they are not that expensive these days. Just do your research. You can like have an app on your phone that allows you to literally view everything that is going on in the home while you are at work. I'll also say, if you're going to have CCTV, please tell your help that there is CCTV at home. I don't think anybody wants a situation where you're able to catch them doing something. No, like they've already done something to your child. Like, let them be aware that as they come into this home, we have CCTV. If you're doing anything, I'm watching you. Please follow our rules and all of this and that. Yeah, just let them. Another option is to have a family member staying at home. No, I wouldn't recommend that just a family member. I would say if you have a nanny, still have a family member. And when I mean a family member, that can only be your mom or your mother-in-law, or if you have a junior sister that either is going to school or is awaiting school resumption, something, family member that can be around for that short period of time, yes, do it. But if you don't have a family member that can be around, that will literally be your eyes, have a CCTV. Another option is enrolling your child in crèche. Yeah, is it like the ideal what everybody wants? No. However, it is a structured environment. These people are trained to take care of kids. You can do your research, investigate the crèche you want to put your child into. Pick a crèche that is not far from your office, meaning that when you're leaving in the morning, you guys live together. And when you're coming back, you come back together. So you literally drop the baby off at crèche not far from your office. So that commute time you would have spent in the morning, like 2 hours without the baby is with you. You drop the baby at crèche, and then when you're done from work, you can pick up the baby. I think some crèches actually allow your nanny to stay as well. I don't know, you can check more on that, but like you can have your nanny meet you up at work and you guys pick the baby together. It works best for you. But like just the fact that you know that your baby is literally a few minutes away or a stone throw away, and like during your lunch break you can go and check on your baby, you can go and nurse your baby. If you express milk in the office, let's say you had expressed that you had pumped in the morning and you dropped it at crèche, yes, she is a serious noisemaker. If you had pumped in the morning and you dropped it at crèche, like you can still keep pumping during the day, and during your lunch break you can drop the milk off for them. You can just check on your baby. Most lunch breaks are like 1 hour, and if it's really not far from you, maybe 10 minutes drive, you have time to go and come back, and like you just know that the baby is not far. I'm not saying crèches are perfect and that's like the solution to help working moms' lives, but it does help a whole lot. One last option I would suggest is actually taking your child to work. I know that this is very rare, but I know there are like some offices that are like really baby friendly, where they have like their own staff's crèche, if you get what I'm saying. For example, most times it's people that are working in like schools, in like universities, and certain like big corporate organizations. They have like a staff crèche, just like some organizations have a gym. Yeah, they have a staff crèche, and like you literally go to work with your baby. I've also heard of some government organizations where you can actually go to work with your kid, in as much as the child is not going to be a nuisance like the other colleagues, and it's not going to affect your work. You come in with your nanny and you guys are literally in the office with the baby. Some people, they actually go, they park the car, and the nanny is literally in the car with the baby. They can watch them from their office. These are like, I wouldn't say extreme measures, but like we're in Nigeria, whatever works for you and gives you peace, you can do that. Like they can see them in the car, the AC is on, the nanny's taking care of the baby. Every 1 hour or 2 hours, just go downstairs and check on the baby and make sure they're all right. In my case, I actually went back to work with my baby. My office is quite baby friendly. I'm the only one in my office. As you can hear, she's making noise. She's on the balcony of my office. And on my floor, which is like the last floor up, it's only myself and like my boss's office, and my boss is barely ever around, so she really doesn't disturb anybody. So we've literally been coming to work together since I resumed. If I didn't have this option, honestly, I'm not sure I would have resumed work as early as I did, because I resumed before she was even 3 months. I'm not sure I would have resumed work as early as I did, but I would have checked one of these other options, most likely a crèche nearby. So yeah, let us know. Are you a working mom? How did it feel going back to work after having your baby? What were the options that worked for you? Advise us, like we're all on this table. We can all learn from each other. Please advise us, let us know if there are any tips, and yeah, we'll be happy to hear from you guys. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.